Morning and welcome to Our Town here on Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. I'm Ken Connors. There is new leadership at the M&M Area Community Foundation. I'm meeting the foundation's new executive director on today's show. I'm also going to be learning about some of the community foundation's ongoing efforts. I'd like to introduce right now Paula Grzinski. She's the new executive director at the M&M Area Community Foundation. Welcome to the show, Paula. Thank you for being here this morning.
Morning and welcome, Ken. Thank you so much for having us. We're glad to be here and have the opportunity to talk about the great work that the Community Foundation does throughout these two counties.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind, Paula. I understand you're local. What brought you to the Community Foundation then?
I've been on board with the Community Foundation for 10 weeks now, and I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to work for an organization that has such deep roots in the community. We've been doing good work for 21 years, and the opportunity to work for a foundation, an organization that really listens to people and interacts with people, is the most attractive part of this job.
Let's talk about the foundation. For those that don't know, what's the mission of the M&M Area Community Foundation? What do you do here?
Our mission is to encourage and provide opportunities for charitable giving throughout both Marinette and Menominee counties. So we help our fund holders invest in causes that they care about.
Causes that they care about. There's a wide-ranging causes, I'm sure, out there that you help support then throughout the community.
Absolutely. We have two different ways for people to contribute. We either have scholarships. Last year we had 89 students throughout Marinette and Menominee counties receive scholarships. And we also awarded grants to 108 different organizations. Along with us today is Tony Piantine from Camp Daniel, one of our grant recipients.
Can you tell me, Tony, a little bit of how you've seen the Community Foundation work for you?
Well, we've been in the area for 18 years, and I think 16 years ago we got our first contribution from the foundation, which bought an accessible dock for people in wheelchairs to be able to go fishing out at Little Newton Lake at the camp that we run. And mainly what we do is we provide opportunities for people with disabilities to come to a summer camp program and enjoy the recreation and all the things that we have here in northern Wisconsin and upper Michigan that we kind of take for granted that we're able to do, and a lot of them don't get that opportunity. And the foundation has provided that opportunity numerous times over the last 16 years for us, investing in things like this accessible dock, hospital beds for people who have extreme disabilities to sleep in overnight, and things such as that.
This is at Camp Daniel. This is something I wasn't exactly familiar with, too. You have to tell me a little bit about where this is.
We're out in Athelstein on Little Newton Lake, and we have a 10-acre campus there that's in development still. We have group homes on the property, and we run camps in the summertime and do programs involved in Special Olympics here in Marinette and in Green Bay, and have a thing called Dance for Disabilities in Green Bay, and a variety of other programs and events that we put on, and a lot of which are funded through locally through the foundation.
Safe to say then you've seen a healthy impact there at Camp Daniel thanks to the Community Foundation.
We have. One of the important parts of what we do is trying to bring people with disabilities into the community, and having local businesses and local people who are contributors and helping in this way, it actually builds community, and it brings people with disabilities who typically are on the edge of community right into it. And so we're very thankful for that.
And we at the foundation are very proud that we're able to keep the fees on our fund holders low. And the way that we're able to do that is we have businesses and individuals who sponsor the foundation and help with our operating budget. So the money that Michelle Beal, one of our fund holders who's here today, and others, that money goes directly out to the community. We make sure as much of that money goes out to different places by keeping their fees low.
I understand that right now, kind of a busy time for you too then, Paula, because you're in the midst of a sponsorship drive.
We are. April is sponsorship drive, as I said, we keep the fees on our fund holders low. So we're reaching out to local businesses and individuals and asking if they would consider being a sponsor. We have levels from $500 up to $10,000. And again, that's for our operating budget to do the good work of the foundation.
And how do folks maybe get in touch with you if they're interested in becoming a sponsor, helping out the M&M Area Community Foundation?
They can call the office, which is 906-864-3599, or they could just call me on my cell, 715-340-6567. I'd be more than happy to stop by their business, or if it's an individual, buy them a cup of coffee and talk to them about the sponsorship program and the good work that we do.
So the Marinette Menominee Area Community Foundation encouraging and providing opportunities for charitable giving to manage and distribute the funds in a responsible manner and to enhance the quality of life for people with a primary focus in Marinette and Menominee counties. Learning more about the Community Foundation as we go through today's show. You've got it on Our Town here on Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. Stick around.
Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN.
Welcome back to Our Town. I'm Ken Connors. Today I'm talking with the M&M Area Community Foundation. The Community Foundation in the midst of their April sponsorship drive, talking a little bit about the Community Foundation's operations, how they help out here in the local area, some of the things they do. One aspect of the M&M Area Community Foundation is its Youth Advisory Council. This voice is hopefully going to sound familiar to folks out there. Garrett Dietz, he's a member of the Youth Advisory Council for the M&M Area Community Foundation. Of course, Garrett, also one of our student correspondents from Menominee High School. Garrett, you can tell me a little bit about the Youth Advisory Council, what you do there. What is the Youth Advisory Council? What's the purpose? Let's start there.
All right. Well, the Youth Advisory Council is most commonly referred to as YAC. It's not an animal to us. It's a living community organization that's goal is to reach out and help others. And we do that mostly through donating our time, treasures, and talents to the community. It was started in 1988. The W.K. Kellogg Foundation sought to get young people involved in philanthropy. They saw that there weren't a lot of young people involved in our communities, and they wanted to promote that. So they decided to grow YACs, or Youth Advisory Councils, in the Upper Peninsula and all around Michigan. And now there's 86 YACs in Michigan, and we have 25 members presently in our Youth Advisory Council.
Obviously, you're one of those members.
Yes.
Okay. What's the goal of YAC? What are you trying to accomplish with it?
Well, it's really to not only teach the people in YAC volunteerism and leadership skills, but to give back to the community. The community's been great to us, and growing up in the community, we were afforded a lot of great things that some other communities can't offer, and we want to give that back to the people that have afforded us those great opportunities. So what we do is we meet about 7 to 12 times a year, and the biggest thing we do is we make grants. People write grants to us, and we'll review them. And what we do is we find the most worthy causes that help the youth in our community. Every 3 years we take a survey. It's called a community needs assessment. And we decide what needs to be changed in our community, or what do the youth want to see improved. And right now our top 3 things from our community assessment are alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and bullying. So we try to sponsor projects that will help either clear up these issues or promote healthy, smart alternatives.
Projects that then, of course, the Community Foundation gets involved in and tries to address and maybe get some funding put towards?
Absolutely. We have quite a few fund holders who appreciate all the work that YAC does and want their funds to go towards YAC and have YAC decide on what different organizations should receive those funds.
So, Garrett, it sounds like you really kind of get involved then in leadership and volunteerism. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, with YAC, we not only do we help decide on which grants, we have the really cool responsibility of actually doing on-site evaluations. So what we do is we make a grant, and then we follow up about 6 to 8 months later, and we get to go on-site, review what they've done with our money and what they will do. And we get to sometimes volunteer alongside them, working with the programs or with the corporations or organizations. And usually we bring a community foundation member or director with us, and that really helps us stay close with the community foundation. and also kind of grow ties in the community in other aspects.
You've got some different activities too, as I'm looking through some of my notes here, some of the different things that you take part in. Can you tell me about those, a few examples?
We always send a few people to the Summer Leadership Conference. This year it's at Central Michigan University, and it's people from all over the UP and Lower Michigan. We help distribute school supplies to area youth every summer for the upcoming school years. We help work the M&M tailgate party, and then one of the favorite volunteer opportunities of most kids in the Youth Advisory Council is the Spooktacular Kids Triathlon. That's promoting health and fitness, healthy alternatives to bullying, drug abuse, alcoholism. And what you do is it's ages 4 through 12, and you get to go watch little kids and help them run a triathlon. And it's just a really rewarding experience, and everyone has a lot of fun.
Very cool.
And if I could touch on one last thing for
absolutely.
that, it would be the Angel Tree Project. Every year in the beginning of December, we get together and we allot a certain amount of funds to go buy gifts, and we usually try to sponsor 12 children for Christmas. And we get together, wrap the gifts, and have a nice meal with the Community Foundation, some of the directors, and we try to make a warm atmosphere for people in our community.
Can you tell me a little bit about how your fundraising efforts have gone, let's say, this year?
This year our fundraising efforts have been fairly decent. We sell pasta every year. We do a water fundraiser at the dance recital at Blesh every May. And this year we've added $438 with more pending with the dance recital, and that's always a big one. And then also we had a huge grant from the Green Bay Packers. So this is a national grant. It was a philanthropy grant in the amount of $1,500, and it helps with our projects and some of our needs in costs of transportation, running, and also giving us more money to donate out.
Tell me a little bit about your members there on Yak. Where do you get them? Looking for more?
Oh, we're always looking for more members. This year we actually have 13 seniors, so out of our 25 members, next year we'll only have 12 left if we don't find a few more. So we have currently members from 4 different high schools: Menominee, Marinette, Peshtigo, and Stevenson. And we have 5 members that will be attending the Summer Leadership Conference. But we also open it up to anyone in the Marinette Menominee counties. So we have a few schools that aren't represented presently that we'd love to have representation from. And anyone who's interested, we have a meeting April 29th, and they can come sit in at 5:30 and kind of see what Yak's about.
And, of course, we'll make sure to get through some contact information, too, as well, for the M&M Area Community Foundation as we're talking here on the show.
I want to go back to the fact that the Yak organization received the grant from the Packers. I really think that is a testament to the long-lasting great work that the Community Foundation has done. We've been around for 21 years. We have that great reputation. Yak has been out there promoting us, being kind of our showcase group. So I think all of those things combine when the Green Bay Packer organization looks at who's out there. That makes a difference that we've been around for a long time doing great work.
Garrett, it occurs to me that being part of the Youth Advisory Council, you kind of get to be on that deciding end to help see where the funds go and what it should go toward. You really get to see how it helps as well.
Yes, that's amazing. Actually, one of our mottos is by a 6th century Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu, and it's kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thought creates profoundness, but kindness in giving creates love. So not only do we want to share the love, but we also like to see that we're donating to great organizations. So it's actually really interesting to see what they're using it for and then be a part of that.
Sounds like maybe a new motto for the Community Foundation.
Our new mission.
Right there. Going to be talking more with the M&M Area Community Foundation, let you know how you can get involved and help out as they work on their mission here in the local area. They're on the show today. You're listening to Our Town here on Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. Stick around.
Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN.
Welcome back to Our Town. I'm Ken Connors. Today I'm talking with the M&M Area Community Foundation. Had a few people on the show here today covering a few different aspects of the Community Foundation. Paula Grushinsky, the new executive director of the M&M Area Community Foundation, in studio with me too. Want to talk a little bit about funding and how all that works for the Community Foundation. That's going to be with my guest, Michelle Beal. I understand you're on the board of directors for the Community Foundation, Michelle, and also you're considered a fund holder. What does that mean?
Well, I was a board of directors member before I was a fund holder. I came on the board, I think it was in 2007, maybe 2008, but shortly thereafter, my husband passed away, and you always in that situation, you're always wondering, what can I do to help his memory or live on? And just being on the board, I knew that I could have a fund and I could do something with some of the money that people had given me in his honor, and so I started a scholarship fund with that money. And over the years has grown, and each year, because of that fund, I'm able to give a $1,000 scholarship to a student in our area that is attending a technical college, a 2-year program.
Oh, fantastic!
So this year will be the 6th year that I will be giving that scholarship, and it's a wonderful experience. I wouldn't have known about that I was able to do this if I hadn't been a board member. So that's why I think it's important for us to work with the Community Foundation to get the word out that this we have this opportunity, that the Community Foundation is there for us to leave that legacy, to have these funds and give money and in ways that we want to see our money be given. And so I'm hoping that people are listening and that they're thinking about what can I do, and you can become a sponsor. The Community Foundation is a wonderful organization. They helped me set up the scholarship fund. It was easy. They take care of the investment. They take care of the scholarship. They help in the decision making of who's going to get the scholarship, and they're just a wonderful organization.
And that's important to note here too. The M&M Area Community Foundation. People are maybe listening and thinking, I'd like to do something. I would like to leave something monetarily that's going to help out my community. They might not really know how to go about that, though, and the Community Foundation is there to help them through that. That's an important part of the process.
Exactly, it's a vehicle that you can utilize, and they do a terrific job.
And those funds, they're going to stay helping out the local area in a variety of different ways.
Exactly, in the funds. I don't even know how many funds are that they manage at the foundation, and they do so much good work, and the amount of grants that are given and scholarships that are given each year it's impressive. And I think, Paula, you might have the amount here of the grants so far, or do you know offhand?
Well, last year we provided 89 scholarships to students, and we granted out so far total to date, we've granted over $3 million back to the community.
Very nice. People out there listening, they should also be aware this is a charitable expense.
Absolutely. We're a 501c3, so it's a charitable deduction.
And folks out there, like I said, maybe they're listening, wondering what they can do to do something with the Community Foundation. They might want to make a donation, that sort of thing. What do they do? Get in touch with you.
Right. They can just call us again at the office. And so there are really two ways. They can do something like Michelle, which is become a fund holder. If you have the resources and you want to start a scholarship fund or a fund to grant to great places like Tony's Camp Daniel, that's one opportunity. And the other is the sponsorship program. And again, that's the $500 to $10,000 to actually help us run the organization. So kind of two ends of the spectrum of what you can do with your financial resources.
That's right.
Or you can do both.
You have to keep in mind,
Thank you, Michelle.
Have to keep in mind, of course, besides actually making these donations to help out the local area, you do have to cover the expenses to keep the organization running. So you need to do the sponsorships there.
Right.
And, of course, right now, April is their sponsorship drive for the Marinette-Menominee Area Community Foundation. Get in touch with the Community Foundation. Give them a call just to get started. 906-864-3599. The Community Foundation also has their office now located in the Harbors in Menominee. They're on the lower level. Besides the April sponsorship drive, which going on right now, going to be winding down here, of course, over the next few weeks. Also have a little event coming up here. We better make sure we mention, too, helping out with the radio stations, the Brats for Breakfast drive that's going to help out the Community Foundation.
Absolutely, Ken. On Thursday, May 7th is Brats for Breakfast. So again, you can call the office, get an order form. I will be out there personally delivering brats to businesses and individuals. So please participate. We'd love your help. We'd love your support.
The M&M Area Community Foundation doing a lot of great work here in the area. Again, to date, a total of over $3 million awarded in grants and scholarships. That money staying local, helping out various organizations, projects, things like that here in the area. Again, Paula, welcome to the organization. I know we're going to be hearing a lot more from you as we go through the years and how the Community Foundation is going to be helping out here in the local area.
Thank you. I hope to be around for a very long time. We had 10 founding board members that started this organization 21 years ago, and many of them are still actively involved. And I'd like to have that same kind of reputation and long time commitment to this organization. If you started something over 20 years ago and are still involved, I think it means that it's a great organization that does great work.
Been learning about the M&M Area Community Foundation, some of the different aspects, how they help out here locally, how the Youth Advisory Council gets involved too. So a lot of information out there about the M&M Area Community Foundation. Always stay tuned. You're going to hear about them more in the months and years to come. Thank you for tuning into Our Town here this morning. I'm Ken Connors here on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN, talking with the M&M Area Community Foundation. Be sure to tune in again next week. I'll see you then.